I know it's early in the day, but it's time to talk about espresso martinis because we have to. It's a cold, shaken cocktail made with vodka, espresso, and coffee liqueur. It's been around since the 1980s, but today bartenders in Vancouver say it has become more popular than ever. It's popping up in chain restaurants, it's featured in TV shows, it's flooding social media feeds. And so, what is all the fuss about? What is the big deal? And how popular is it? Come on, really? Well, the CBC's Laurence spoke to some local experts to find out.
The espresso martini. For some, it's a tasty cocktail. For others, a lifeline to make it past 9 o'clock. But either way, people are talking about it, or at least they're searching for it. Google searches for espresso martini in Canada hit an all-time high last December. That's according to data going all the way back to 2004. And not because of a certain pop song. Okay, maybe it didn't hurt, but according to cocktail experts in Vancouver, the curiosity and demand for espresso martinis is very real.
For the past 3 years, espresso martini has been on a rapid rise.
On a Saturday afternoon, I've had days where I've made upwards of 60 in an afternoon.
We transitioned to an amaretto espresso martini. It does very well.
You can see it on social media, in TV shows and movies.
Even if it's not on the menu, people ask for it.
So what are we actually talking about here? What are the ingredients in this drink?
Hi, I'm Jamie Ma. I'm a bartender here at the Fairmont Pacific Rim Lobby Lounge. Espresso martini, that we do here at the hotel is just a subtle variation of the classic recipe. Just the classic 3 ingredients. So we're using vanilla vodka, and then we make some fresh chilled espresso in the back, and then just a little bit of coffee liqueur. A little bit of ice, nice seal the tin to chill it down, but also to aerate it. Double strain. We like to garnish it with a couple coffee beans on top. And there you are. That's the classic Fairmont Pacific Rim Lobby Lounge espresso martini.
Now, Jamie says the espresso martini is a bestseller at his bar, up there with other classics like the old-fashioned, for instance. And this is fascinating because it wasn't always popular.
I mean, I started here in December of 2011. You know, you might get one a shift, you know, stuff like that. It was never really a popular drink. When people would order them, I'd have to run to the back and get a fresh shot of espresso because we never had anything prepped. But now, you know, over the last 5 or 6 years, you know, we've had to make so many more, and now we have bottles of espresso in every well.
Now, this cocktail didn't just appear on the scene and blow up overnight. In fact, the espresso martini isn't new at all. It actually dates all the way back to the 1980s in London, England. Take a listen to Robin Gray, the head bartender at the Fairmont Pacific Rim Hotel.
The infamous story is that a supermodel walked into a cocktail bar and said, "I want a drink that will wake me up and mess me up." Now, specifically relative to Canada and Vancouver, is that a lot of bartenders had traveled and gone to New York, and these modern classics, such as the espresso martini, were taught to these bartenders. Those bartenders returned home, worked here in Vancouver, and then taught their bartenders how to make it.
So the espresso martini has been around for a long time. And that's what's so fascinating about this story. If it's been around for decades, why has it only become popular more recently?
So my name is J.S. Dupuis. I am the beverage director for the Wentworth Hospitality Group. The most important part that people kind of seem to forget is it's delicious. It's a delicious cocktail. And it's something that's familiar to a younger generation as well. Like, I'm almost 50 now. I was not raised being able to go to Starbucks and grab a sweet coffee beverage, but the newer, younger generation is. So a sweet coffee beverage is something that's familiar.
The popularity of the espresso martini was when it went into the big bars, such as Cactus Club, Joey, and those Earls, the big box restaurants. They started making them, and that kind of like really captures a larger audience. And then they go and they have one made with maple syrup and Michter's bourbon, you know. And so they have these like different iterations. They put carrots in it.
That's right. Another sign of its growing cultural influence is bartenders putting their own creative spins on the drink. Some even use ingredients like carrots. Dennis Bykov is the bar manager at Mio in Vancouver's Chinatown. He says that while espresso martinis have always been a customer favorite, his bar serves up a version with a unique twist. It's called the espresso carrotini.
So, for example, if people know that carrot is more of like a vegetable, something savory you get in your salad, you get in your main courses. So we were trying to show how you can play as a sweetener and a kind of dessert style cocktail. So we're using carrot juice reduction, cooking carrot first, and then reducting them. And this is basically the whole sweetener we use in a drink. You know, coffee is probably the easiest ingredient to mix with anything. It's always gonna work.
Now here's the thing. It's not just alcohol-based drinks getting all the love. The espresso martini's influence has also reached the world of mocktails, with non-alcoholic versions becoming just as popular.
My name is Raquel Foran. I am the owner of Bevy's Booze-Free Bottle Shop and Beverage Room in Port Coquitlam. We opened in November of 2023. Originally, we had a plain espresso martini on our first menu. We transitioned to an amaretto espresso martini, and both have been exceptionally good sellers for us. I think we're on about our 6th menu since we opened, and things repeat on the menu if they sell well. And the espresso martini was something that we put on very early, and it's stayed on the menu consistently. The attraction is probably that coffee is very familiar. And so a lot of times people are looking for things that still remind them of the alcoholic version of something. And coffee is very intense and very strong. So even if the alcohol is missing from it, they're still getting something that's very reminiscent of the alcoholic version.
So there are various reasons why someone might order an espresso martini. Maybe it's to do with the delicious taste, the universal love for coffee, the opportunity to post an aesthetic picture to social media. Maybe you just turned 30 and need to stay up past 10 o'clock. But whatever the motivation, businesses are responding. Some are brewing non-alcoholic versions, others are creating their own unique twists, some with carrots, and all of it serves as proof that espresso martinis have made their way into the hearts and glasses of many.
It's a pretty cool drink. I mean, it's really simple. We all know how big coffee culture is for people, and this is just another way to enjoy coffee.
Cheers, Laurence. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.